As I grew up in Barry, I've lived in Barry forever, and as a teenager, I used to go to, we used to call them the memo discos, you might remember them, and they used to circulate sort of between the Memorial Hall in Barry, Castellan Community Centre, and the Barry Boys and the Cwmtalog. So me and my best mate, Becky Burrows, we used to go to the discos, get dressed up every Friday, and there literally used to be one every Friday to go to. It was fab. So I was really involved as a teenager going. And then in sixth form, I got involved in a lot of theatre, and we were doing making a production called Up the Duff, taking it on tour because it was part of the launch of the emergency contraceptive pill. And PC Jim Fletcher said to me, "Oh, you should really apply for the youth forum job." And I was like, nah, because I wanted to be a drama teacher. So one thing led to another, and I applied for the job, got the job, and so I ran the Vale Youth Forum. I was only 19, I was running a charity all on my own. It was fantastic, but that led me to Mike and Vibe, because Mike used to run Vibe, and he said, come to our AGM, see what it's about. So I went along and got involved, and I started volunteering at the discos, which was really weird for me because I was then sort of working alongside my youth workers, which was Fran and Tracy. So it was like, I was only 19, but it felt fantastic to sort of be giving something back. I was only volunteering like once a month on a Friday night. I used to do Vibe on a Friday night, and we used to do Sorted on a Monday, and Sorted was for the primary school kids, the little ones. And it was fab, it was really good fun. So during the daytime I was running the youth forum. In the evening I was working for Vibe, and I was also working for SCI at Area 41 as a part-time youth worker. And then I did my qualifications to become a qualified youth worker. And I just carried on volunteering for Vibe, and then I got paid to help out at Vibe. He was my boyfriend at the time, my husband now, he used to help out as well, and we used to be fantastic. We used to have about 800 kids there on a Friday night. We used to have here in the leisure centre, I remember we had 3 of a kind here. Do you remember 3 of a kind, baby cakes?
A couple of times.
We had that here. We used to have big artists like N-Dubs, we had Big Brothers, we had Roll Deep. They all used to cut. We used to pay them to do big events. So we used to do big, massive Halloween events or Christmas events. We used to pay to get an artist in. We used to have to put a buffet on for them and stuff. Do you know what I mean? But the kids loved it. The tickets would be like £1 more. It'd be a £5 to come in. But like it was worth it because you'd have 800 teenagers off the streets, all enjoying something, all at the same time. So I've got to be fair, it was fab. And we've got such good memories of doing those discos, and it'd be really busy, it'd be long, it'd be hard work, but it was so much fun. And like, it gave young people the opportunity to express themselves, and from it we got loads of really good singers like Kirby Starr and Melissa Paris, and DJs like Kyle Fetter used to do a set, and Anthony Ham, and that was the DJ sets were always in the annex. So we used to have the big room with the adult DJ on the stage, and then we used the annex where all the younger DJs like Mikey and Anthony and all that, they'd all sort of practice and play to an audience, and that's sort of where they learnt their craft, if you like. And the girls used to get up on stage and sing. We used to have dancers on stage, so it was really, really, really good. And it was hands-on. Like the older members of youth club used to run the tuck bar, so like they used to give them an opportunity to have a little bit of responsibility, or they used to help us like sign the kids in, like we used to click them in and take the tickets and things. So it was like a family thing. It was really good. Mike Bendel, he was the heart and soul of Vibe, and he worked so hard on it. He was fantastic. If it wasn't for him, it wouldn't have happened. And he had a full-time day job whilst running Vibe for a very long time. And without him, all those discos wouldn't have happened. All the projects, the music projects. We used to do activities during the holidays. That was called Splash, and that was diversionary activities for young people to keep them entertained during the holidays. We used to do loads and loads. If it wasn't for Mike, that wouldn't have happened. For all those years, Vibe was a place to go. It was recognised by all young people, so it didn't matter what school you went to. If you went to St Richard Gwyn, or if you went to Bryn Havrin or Barry Boys, everyone could go to the Vibe. It was accessible for everyone. It was a place to meet your friends, feel safe and have fun and lose yourself for a few hours. And in a town where predominantly it's single-sex schools, it was that release of somewhere to go, because back in the day we used to have youth clubs, so we could go to youth clubs and it would be great, but the Vibe added that extra bit of something to do. Like, I grew up in a town where we had Majestics, we had the cinema, we had the Nap, the bars. There was loads to do when I was a teenager growing up in Barry, and the discos just added to it. But now, if you know, I've got a young son, and I think when he's a teenager, where is he going to go? You know, there's only one youth club left. There's nothing really central for them to do. There's no cinema. There's no holiday camp. There's no, you know, bars. There's nothing really that draws all the teenagers together. I'd say there is a gap in the market. The issue we've got and why Vibe didn't go on is the funding. There's so much less funding for young people today than there was sort of 10 years ago, and that's why we struggled. Our legacy, I think, is the V-Pod, which still is in use today. The last thing I did when I was chair of the board of directors for Vibe was to help sign off all the funding for the V-Pod, which is now run by the Vale Youth Service. And that is a massive legacy, because Mike worked so hard on getting that. And at least it's a mobile youth club for young people. And I see it now when I'm driving home from Cardiff. I'll be driving home 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, and I can see the V-Pod parked up the Colcut. And it just brings a little warmth in my heart to think, oh, you know, something has been left over from what we did. Yeah. But I think there is a gap in the market. You know, if someone like, you know, Mac Events or something wanted to go down the line of doing something for young people, I think, you know, someone could make a big and a good business out of it, because young people need it. They need somewhere to go.